A, B,
C, D,
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O,
P, Q, R, S,
T, U, V,
W, X,
Y, and Z.
Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Hi, my name is Katrina Nelson, and I'm a multimedia electronic arts student at California State University, Chico. In the 4th grade, in my Pull-Out AT&G class, I decided I wanted to be a graphic designer. I have now been a graphic design intern for the past 3 years, as well as being able to study the wide range of the electronic arts field, and learning how to make movies such as this. However, the Pull-Out Academically Talented and Gifted program is not available anymore, and the art program that gave me confidence in my abilities is slowly dying too. In light of this, I decided to do my senior thesis project on the importance of art, music, and athletics in schools. If you are in school, have children who are in school, work in the school system, or have been keeping up with the news lately, you probably have noticed the risk of programs and positions being cut at many schools. Fighting for the arts and sports programs is by no means a new issue that has come about, but the budget constraints in California are now some of the tightest it's ever been. And particularly, I chose to focus on the schools that I know the most about because I attended them not too long ago. These schools are Woodrow Elementary School and Fred C. Beyer High School.
My name is Peter. Julia, Master, Amy, Elijah, Madison, Joaquin, Jasmine, Francisco, Adeline, Angela, Christine, Madison, Adina, and I go to Woodrow Elementary School.
My name is Katie.
Yanni Magulius.
Kaylee.
Colby Ramar. I go to Beyer High School.
My name is Henry.
Kelly Gabrielson.
Joe Genosa.
Zachary Caserta.
Sarah Hasagawa.
Michelle Holdeman. Julie Nelson.
Grant Salya, and I'm here in Modesto, California, Woodrow Elementary School, and I teach 4th grade.
Jan Taylor, I teach 5th grade at Woodrow Elementary School.
Steve Jamison, I teach at Woodrow School, 3rd grade.
Beth Kennedy, I teach 7th and 8th grade physical education at La Loma Junior High and Modesto City Schools.
Tom Nelson, I work at La Loma Junior High and I also coach at Beyer High School.
David Holtz, I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources and I work in our central office here in the Sylvan School District. Well, it's hard to predict. Everything that we do has an impact on our lives. Hopefully, the arts and the music program that we've had have been enriching to children's lives as they developed, and I know it's had an impact on you, Katrina. Yeah. Hopefully the children that are in school now will still be growing up to be healthy adults. They will be not as rich for the experience, for the lack of the experience of the art and music, but they'll still be good people. It's unfortunate that we're losing those programs and we just don't know how it'll affect us.
It's a big concern just because for some of these kids, for a lot of these kids, they light up when it's time for music, it's time for art. And for some of the kids who may struggle in reading or they may struggle in math, you watch them flourish in music or in art and you're blindsided because you didn't see it coming. And they're a totally different child.
As students go into the middle schools and into their high schools, when they're going from different districts and different areas, that some students are going to have an advantage over others. If they're coming in as a student who's been exposed to music and exposed to art, that it's going to become a little bit elitist. You're going to have families that can afford to pay for it, whose students and children have those abilities, and other students who will be, considerably behind and maybe frustrated and not even pursue it. And we might miss out on some great, artists and musicians that will just never have the opportunity.
Big parts of my childhood actually revolved around the arts and music, mainly because of my school. I wouldn't have gotten into anything that I had if it wasn't for that.
If they don't have the regular extracurricular activities, then they're not going to get as much bonds, like the friendship bonds, the leadership roles. There's just certain things you can't learn in the classroom.
Well, again, I think I can look at my own children and really give you a good point of view there because it was so valuable to see them grow not only in the education phase of the process but in the artistic phase of it.
I think it teaches a lot, especially when you're younger. Throughout school, it's important, all ages actually, elementary school, middle school, and high school. I think it gives, these kind of activities give students or children a sense of self, like they feel important.
The school system, if it's just school, just books and stuff like that, you know, the kids won't get any real world experience until they actually hit the real world.
If these programs were not available in school, they probably would not want to go to school. The enthusiasm would be gone. You know, the only outside time they would have would be at break and at lunch. They wouldn't like it.
You never know what class is going to affect a child and say, hey, look, you know, this is really cool. Come out of a class and feel happy. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Happy about being a student. Happy about thinking, you know, I want to be that when I grow up. I want to make a difference in the world. You know, I want to have, I mean, I could just see the possibilities of a child that when they get that aha moment and say, you know, this really is what I could do for a living, and love it.
I just feel that music is such an essential thing. Children make brain connections at a young age that you can't get after the age of 11 or 12, and that synapse in the brain is forever never going to be developed because of that connection with music.
In addition to public opinion, there's also been a wide range of scientific research done that verifies the importance of art, music, and athletics in a child's brain and social development. According to Howard Gardner and a book by Susan Kovalik, each person is born with 7 different intelligences. The 7 intelligences include logical, mathematical, linguistic, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, musical, intrapersonal, and interpersonal. Each person develops each of these intelligences differently according to their culture, their family, and their own personal inclinations and experiences. Due to this, some people are stronger in some areas than others. Your brain functions on trillions of tiny synapses, which are connections between the individual neurons in your brain. If these connections aren't made at an early age, then they either won't be able to live up to their full potential or just won't ever connect at all. This means that the circuitry of the brain is directly affected when you don't stimulate music, art, or athletics at an early age. It's like you're literally circuit bending the brain so it works differently. Here are some facts by Dr. Daniel Amen. A child's brain forms trillions of connections in their first 10 years of life. The years of promise between 3 and 10 are a time of rapid social, intellectual, emotional, and physical development. Brain activity in this age group is more than twice that of adults. Although new synapses continue to form throughout our lives, never again will the brain be able to easily master new skills or adapt to setbacks. The brain starts to cut out extra connections rapidly starting at age 11. The circuits that remain do function more efficiently and are more specific. However, connections that aren't repeatedly used in the early years are cut out of the brain circuitry. When you stimulate neurons in the proper way, your brain is more efficient, better functioning, and more likely to be an active learning brain throughout the rest of your life. Best sources of stimulation include physical exercise, mental exercise, and social bonding. If you don't take care of your brain, you lose about 85,000 brain cells a day on average. In conclusion, we need to keep solid art, music, and athletic programs in our schools. Although I may not have one great solution to all of California's budget problems, I just want to make sure people are well informed when making their decisions of where the money goes. Think of this quote by George Matthew Allen: "People with many interests live not only the longest, but the happiest." Let's keep the interests of art, music, and physical fitness alive in children today.
I want to be a teacher, an artist. I want to be a Marine in the U.S. Army, a famous artist, an ambulance, a boxer, an artist, a doctor, a vet. I might be a lawyer, but I'm sure about that.